All praises to our Elohim and to his only begotten Son, to all my ox and Akodi scattered to the four corners of the earth. If you're in North America, South America, Central America, to the Caribbean, Africa, Australia, Europe, Asia, wherever you are in the world, shalom. Shalom, shalom, shalom. So it's been a while. I tried to make this video like 5 minutes ago and my iMovie quit on me. So I'm making it again and I'm going to keep this short-winded. But I wanted to play this clip by Malcolm X. Let me preface it first by saying I am not a Muslim. If Muslim is what you do, okay, that's what you do. But even at this time, his words are very prolific and prophetic in ways that I can't really even describe. I'm all for anyone who is for us and for our unity. And very wise words from a very wise man, Malcolm X. He spoke to a lot of things that I agree with. Some I don't quite agree with, and they're debatable, but for the most part, he understood a lot of what the scripture was trying to say about we should not have integrated. We should not separate. What has integration done for us? If you really want to know if integration worked, look at the state of our people right now and then come back and tell me, did it work? Is it working? Is it? But let us get into this clip. I didn't want to make it too long. And we will chit-chat a little bit about it after. So, here goes.
To unite all sections of our people. To unite every one of the 20 million so-called Negroes into one group. And you'll notice, whenever the white man thinks that we're going to call a rally to knock our own kind, you see him jammed out here. He wants to hear us say something against King or against Bunch or against Farmer, against someone of our own kind. He jams out here. But when you call a rally for black people to unite, let's get together, you don't see too many white folks then. They don't like black people to get together in unity and harmony. As long as you and I are going to attack each other or talk about each other or heap scorn and ridicule upon each other, the white man gets his kick. Right. But when he knows that we're going to come together in unity and harmony, he won't get his kick. He will get kicked. When you see you and I getting together, it is because we have begun to realize that we have a common enemy. And the only time we'll be able to come together with a common objective and a common goal is when we first develop a common motive. And that motive is best developed by recognizing the common enemy. And that common enemy is the white man. I say that common enemy is the white man. The white man is your enemy whether you're a Baptist, whether you're a Methodist, whether you're a Episcopalian, or whether you're a Muslim, or whether you're a Mason, or whether you're an elf. If you find yourself running into opposition when you're looking for freedom, justice, and equality, or some kind of right, you have to agree always the one who opposes your right is the white man. Some old blue-eyed, brown-haired, bad-smelling white man. When he puts his club upside your head, he doesn't care whether you're a Baptist, a Methodist, but he does want to know whether or not you're a Muslim. Because he knows if you're a Baptist or a Methodist, you're going to turn the other cheek. You're going to try and love your enemy. You're going to pray for them that despitefully use you. So he's not worried about you. But he knows if you're a Muslim, you're not going to turn the other cheek. If you pray for him, you pray that God kills him, or God helps you to kill him. That's the only kind of prayer you pray. It's time for you and me to unite. to get together and get this big white ink off our back. You got a bad habit. You're hooked and don't know it. You got what's known as white disease. You think you can't get along without the white man. You think you can't get some clothes without the white man. You think you can't get a house without the white man. You think you can't even get a job without the white man. You're worse than a man who thinks he can't get along without heroin. You're worse than the man who thinks he can't get along without morphine. You're worse than the junkie. You're in worse shape than the junkie because the junkie only has a little monkey on his back and you're running around with a big white ink named Uncle Sam on your back. America is faced with her worst domestic crisis since the Civil War, or since the Revolutionary War. For America now faces a race war. A race war is worse than a revolutionary war. A race war is worse than a civil war. A race war is a war in which no holes are barred. A race war is a war in which children are destroyed, in which children are mutilated, in which children face the same destructive wrath that grown-ups face. A race war is the worst war that you can conceive. And this war, race war that is coming upon the head of the white man is something that he is bringing down upon himself. The entire country is on the verge of erupting into racial violence and bloodshed. Simply because 20 million ex-slaves are demanding freedom, justice, and equality here in America from their former slave master. 20 million so-called Negroes, second-class citizens, seeking human dignity, seeking human rights, seeking the right to live in dignity as a human being. And rather than give genuine respect and recognition to your cry for human rights, the American white man answers your nonviolence with violence. He answers your prayers and your freedom songs with false promises, deceitful maneuvers, and outright bloodshed. According to what we are taught from the white man's textbooks in his school, the Revolutionary War and the Civil War were two wars fought on American soil, supposedly for freedom and democracy. But if these two wars were really for the freedom and human dignity of all men, why are 20 million of our people still confined here in America and enslaved by second-class citizenship? Something is wrong. The truth is that the Revolutionary War was fought on American soil to free the American white man from the English white man. The Revolutionary War was never fought to provide freedom and democracy in this white country for the black man. Our people remain slaves here in America even after the Declaration of Independence was signed. In fact, most of the white founding fathers who signed the Declaration of Independence were nothing but slave owners themselves. It is sheer hypocrisy, sheer ignorance, sheer insanity for our people here in America to celebrate the 4th of July as Independence Day, while white America still denies us first-class citizenship that goes with an independent people. And it is nothing but hypocrisy for the American white man to pretend that the Revolutionary War was truly a war of independence as long as 20 million black people here in America are denied the privileges of an independent people. Don't let the white man fool you. Don't let the white man smile at you and lull you to sleep. Behind that smile is a vicious heart. Behind those teeth is an animal like beast who doesn't have it within him to want for you what he wants for himself and his own kind. Don't let that man fool you. When you look at that man, you're supposed to see him for exactly what he is. And if you want to know what he is, examine his deeds. Forget his words. He got a whole lot of pretty sounding words. Watch his deeds. His deeds are like the deeds of a snake, the deeds of a serpent, the deeds of a dragon, the deeds of a reptile, the deeds of a beast. Why, nothing but a race of beasts would take dogs and stick them on little black babies. Nothing but a race of children and black women. Nothing but a race of beasts. And it is these deeds today that's causing the wrath of God to come down upon the head of the white man. And when you see him as he is and see how much hell he's catching, you're out of his mind to want to be with him. You're out of his mind to want. You're out of your mind to want to integrate with him. And you're really out of your mind if you take time to forgive him and ask God to have mercy on him. No, ask God to judge him. Ask God to do unto him as he has done unto you. He has caused your babies to suffer. Ask God to heap suffering upon his babies. He has caused your women to suffer. Ask God to heap suffering on his women. He has caused all of our people to suffer. You can't deny that. You may not like my saying it, but you can't deny it. While you got scars and knots on your head from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. And every one of those scars is evidence against the American white man and his inhumanity to man. The Civil War was also fought on this continent, not to free the black slaves, as is commonly taught in the white man's schools, but the Civil War was actually fought to preserve the Union, preserve this country, keep it intact for white people. It wasn't fought to set you free. It wasn't fought to give you some kind of emancipation. It wasn't fought to make you a citizen. It wasn't fought to give you civil rights. It wasn't fought because they respected you and loved you as a human being. It was fought out of greed. It was fought out of selfishness. It was fought to keep this country intact for their own white selves. In essence, this only means that the American white man fought the Revolutionary War to get this country for himself. And he then fought the Civil War to keep this country intact for himself. And today, he will now fight a race war to keep from having to share this white country on an equal basis with anyone else but his white self, especially on an equal basis with his 20 million former slaves. So again, I ask, where will all of these demonstrations end? And who dares to say that our people are not justified by demonstrating their resentment over the injustice and mistreatment that our people have suffered these 400 years at the hands of this cruel, inhuman American white man? We have nothing to lose but our change. We have nothing to lose but the hell we experience every day living here in these rat-filled slums. You have to excuse me for being blunt speaking and frank talking. We don't care who likes it or not, as long as we know it's the truth. Much of what I say might sound bitter, but it's the truth. Right. Much of what I say might sound like it's stirring up trouble, but it's the truth. Right. Much of what I say might sound like it is hate, but it's the truth. And God has mentioned in the Bible, it's truth alone today that'll make you free. If you're afraid to tell the truth, why, you don't even deserve freedom. Just tell the truth. The best thing to put the white man to flight is truth. He can't take the truth. He can't stand the truth. He doesn't like the truth, especially when you know the truth about him. The truth about how he got those blue eyes. And the truth about how he got that stringy dog-like hair. And the truth about how his skin became as pale and pallid and sickly as it is. When you know the truth about how he got the way he is, you can run him down the street with nothing but truth. You don't need any blade. You don't need any switchblade. All you need is the truth. They put you in jail for carrying a blade, but they can't put you in jail for telling the truth.
Today, in our discussion of minority groups, we have with us...
Okay, sorry about that, y'all. I let it roll just a little bit too much. That was going to be Malcolm X's interview again, but wow. Every time I listen to Malcolm X, it's so Interesting, so thought provoking. Nothing new under the sun, even from his time until now. When he was saying that the same thing that they're doing is coming back on them. Wow. Called them the beasts. Some of y'all don't even want to acknowledge Revelation. The Most High called them beasts. The beast shows you how beast-like behavior is. They have absolutely no scruples, nothing. It's like emptiness behind their eyes and how they treat us, our children, older people. They have no respect for any one of us. No respect, no love that they could do the things that they continue to do. And even reading the news today, I don't usually read the news. I mean, the news pops up, I read the title. Oh, well, same thing, different day. That's my thought pattern. These things will always continue to happen. These birth pains. Like a lot of our people think Jacob's trouble is coming. No, no. When has Jacob not been in trouble, brothers and sisters? Huh? Since we got pulled out of our land. You wouldn't call that Jacob's trouble? You wouldn't call that Jacob's trouble, huh? The birth pains. It progressively, it's like it gets worse. Getting worse, getting worse, getting worse. The situations, the issues, the just everything building up. Some of our people have become so desensitized, until like something huge happens, then they come to life, and then when it goes away, they just go back to sleep with it. That is the state of our people. And Malcolm, you're just listening to him, you're like, man, he knew what he was talking about. He knew that our Elohim never intended us to integrate with something that was not like us. Don't even love us. If you want to pray, I'll definitely advise you. Listen, how he said to pray. Some of us say, all this can be problematic, but they are beasts. If you think about every single thing that they do and continue to do to us today, no empathy, no sympathy. How do you do all the wicked in this world and sleep at night? I don't even know. I don't even think they sleep at night. They spend nights concocting more evil for us. That's what they do in their little labs, creating all these diseases and ways in which to destroy the planet. No, because we are holding back. We're causing them to continue the wicked that they do. That's why they monitor us, label us black identity extremists for loving ourselves. Oh, every other nation can love themselves and promote marrying within. But no, not the black race. Not the Negro Israelite race. Right? The people of the book. No, how dare you? Everybody and their mama want to split you up. When you speak, you ever see when what you call coons, or I guess coons, and I gotta look at that again, Negropeans. But when they speak, it's like they have no substance. And white people just love that. They just like eat it up. They love when you have no clue. Clueless. When you're quick to speak evil against your own people. Listen again to it. Malcolm got it. He summed it up just right. Every single time they see you together, think about it. The common problem with them is you uniting, you coming together. Even I was checking out like some of these HBCUs, which is historically black colleges and universities, and many of them have like white names. And I think some people had pointed this out, and I looked it up, and I was like, wow. Even when you conglomerate in their education system, they still hovering over you. Their remnant of wickedness is still in it, or should I say, injected within what you thought was supposed to be something beneficial for you. And that's why I say I have no respect for their education system. All they do is educate you to be fools. At least wise in the knowledge of this world, which the Most High said is foolishness to him. Dumb you down. I've been there. I learned a couple things here and there, but I try to apply it to my spiritual life as well. Like, we'll talk about that at another time. But looking at the reputation of white people and those that are with them, if you look at Revelation where we talk about breaking down the beast and the 10 nations, look, I want to talk to y'all about that, but our Elohim was like, nah. Some of our people grab the information, run with it, and lose their minds. Because there's still that, remember, that stigma, not even a stigma, but that madness. Some of us can't hold all that truth. I mean, some of us can, but eventually we'll talk about these 10 nations and how they gave the power to the beast. But some of y'all probably already figured this out. Okay, some of y'all already figured this out. If you know how the beast was created, if you read the book of Jasher and you saw that even in the days of Noah, remember scripture says that when our Redeemer is to return, it's going to be like the days of Noah. What was happening in the days of Noah? Read Jasher 4 verse 18. I think 15 to 18, and you'll see. The Son of Men were creating abominations. They were dibbling and dabbling in things they were not supposed to. They were mixing creatures, creating different creatures and provoking our Elohim. That's what you see going on right now. You see all these genetic splicing and dicing and all kinds of things going on. Some of y'all thought I was cuckoo when I was talking about it. We'll see. Some of y'all don't understand what I said. Some of y'all running over there thinking certain Gentiles are going to make it into the kingdom. No. Nothing abominable is going to make it into the kingdom. Will Satan make it back into the kingdom? Will his fallen angels make it back into the kingdom? Will the demons make it into the kingdom? If you know even how demons were created. Reading the books, you'll find that out too. If you know what white people were created for, what their bodies are used to, why I keep saying that they don't have the same spirit that we do, because their bodies are housing those demonic spirits that don't have any place to rest. But look, I don't want to go there anymore. I remember I was going to these groups, some group thing, and I would notice that they don't try to really give you solutions when it comes to black issues. They don't really try to give you concrete solutions. I don't know if y'all notice it, but it's kind of like when you look at them, it's like they get a sort of, they might dab, like scratch the surface, but they're not getting too deep into the issues. It's kind of like they have this, what's that word? Like they are actually enjoying the fact that you have struggles. They enjoy the fact that you are not getting along with your spouse, not getting along with your family, that you have problems, that you are out of whack, that you are going through all this divisiveness, that you feel alone, that it's as if they are reveling in our pain. And I was just like looking at it, and I'm like, even those that when you have friends, it's usually off of like superficial things with them, but it's nothing deep. They're just like living off your pain. But anyway, some people won't get that. But those who do, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so I don't want to make this too long. Thank you for stopping by and listening and supporting. It's not even about supporting, because I support you, right? My channel is to support you, to support my bloodline family given to me by my creator that I hold dearly. Your waking up, my waking up, does way more for me than money, for each of us than money, than gaining anything in this world, and loving each other and not mistreating each other. That right there is worth so much more than silver and gold. When I can look at my people and it's not with disdain, it's not a cold shoulder, it's not a distrusting look, it's not that they're constantly stereotyping you, because I mean, we are the same. We look alike for the most part, some of us, and we go through the same struggles from the oppressor. I mean, they might find ways to divide it or sectionalize it, but at the end of the day, we still undergo white supremacy and racism together. All a system that came together because of their intense hatred for us and our Elohim. That's why we only have each other and our Elohim. And that right there is powerful enough. It's just once you start to truly understand what I'm saying, of the power that comes from you knowing yourself and knowing why love for each other and your unity is way more of a blessing than your division. You are supposed to be the representative of our Elohim on this planet. Right now, Satan's minions are what's represented on this planet and causing all hell, havoc, and chaos. And our Elohim wants to wipe them off. But y'all got to get out the way. We got people over here holding us back. We call them coons and goons and whatever else you want to call it. Just traitors, sellouts. They're still there. Don't care. They're just made up their mind. Look, they want what they want. And they and their money, like they say, a fool and their money will soon part. Because that's all they're chasing after. Money, fame. They want to be known as the good pet. Not knowing that you're a pet to a pet. Yeah. Because brothers and sisters, I guarantee that when you do find out that you've been ran your whole life by, because they tell you all the time, I think I was watching Hebrew Nation Building too, and it was so interesting what they said, what they were saying with, where did white people really come from? And they brought up that there were also what we call Neanderthals. They were also referred to like the Horites. And they weren't in any bloodline. It's when you really look into it, they're like fallen. Okay, I ain't gonna even say fallen angels, but if you know how Al-Shaitan is, his ego is huge. His pride, his ability to want to be God. That's how he's always been, wanting to be God, wanting to create his own people. So if you can understand, he don't create anything of his own. He uses our Elohim, who, that's where original is. This is why we're the originals, and ain't nothing wrong with us. When you go out there and you try to choose women or men from other nations, your mind is wrong. Your mind is crazy. It's that madness of the Deuteronomy 28 curses, because you think that you got better. But there's nothing that trumps or beats what our Elohim made, the original creator, the creation. We didn't come from nothing else but our Elohim. But Al-Shaitan, he tried to create his own people. This is how you got those Horites. But that's a whole nother story or a whole nother time to go in with that. But if you truly understand how, you see it even with his people. They don't necessarily create original things. They use, like even when you see our dancing, our talents, things that are from us, which is why it's like so dangerous when you have Gentiles around, because they always worship the wrong things. They always focus on the wrong things, but they snatch it like kleptos. Then they claim that they're making it better, like they claim that they were made better, and that they did come from monkeys. If you see, when they hide stuff, but trying to really get into this is just it's gonna sound crazy, but based off, if you looked at my last video and you think about that, powers do exist in this world. It's just that right now Satan tries to make it seem like there's none. But how did he create his people, his children? It's a whole lot of but the point that I'm trying to say at the end of the day is that they are not 100% human. They're not. They're not 100% human. So all y'all over there that keep trying to break your neck to go cleave to them and save them, all the while jumping over your own people like you could care less if they're dying on the floor, when their unity is the one that will save you, that will heal you. This is what I'm really trying to put in, that your people's unity, your people's well-being is what you should be concerned with. Because all those other nations and their abominations, they are united, no doubt, but that's not helping your plight. It makes your plight worse. And it's like you can say this to your blue in the face, but there's always somebody on the side who thinks that they know better. And it never works. I forgot was it Claude Anderson? Somebody who was saying that we shouldn't be focusing on tribes and yada, yada, yada. That it should be just skin color, and I completely disagree. Because he's, for the longest time, he's been saying the same thing, but nothing has come of it. Because you truly don't understand your history. You don't understand where you came from. Even when you speak like that, you're still using the rhetoric of your enemy. No, not all of us of the same skin color are from the same people. Point blank, period. We're not. So it's not just, oh, it's all skin color. No. It is tribes. It's tribal. It is the Most High's people. It'll come a time where this might not seem to you like it's making any sense, because you probably are not reading the scriptures, or you're not searching and seeking for Elohim. So you're still in the carnal mind of the world, and what you see is what you believe. But once you get beyond that, then you can truly find knowledge and wisdom. Once you keep thinking that that, oh, it's just skin color, you're already limiting yourself. You're not where you need to be. You got to get out of that box. Get out of that box. I forgot what his name was. I think it was Claude Anderson or something. And some of y'all might get pissy about it, but I don't agree with him. I don't. To some degree, but not completely. Right? Because he was just basing it on just, Not everybody in Africa is an Israelite. You got people y'all are listening to over there in Africa, and y'all ain't you have no clue what you're doing. You don't have any clue. It's like, there'll come a time when y'all gonna have to you have no other choice but to cleave to our Elohim and your people. And by that, know who your people are. Because before I close out, let me just say this. Don't y'all find it interesting that the one sin or the law that really put us into captivity, if you watch my other video about how swirling put us in bondage, keeps us in bondage, if you watched it and saw, if you truly have spiritual understanding, because a lot of people don't want to touch that. And that is, if you really are uncomfortable in this captivity, then you will look into it. Then you will truly understand what I'm trying to say. That is why we not finna all get up out of here. For all the people who are still in this disbelief that the Most High won't save all Israel, look at those things. Those people are willfully going out and marrying out of our people, and they're so prideful and evil about it. Like, I'll marry a heathen any old. This is not me saying this, but I've seen it. So they can be treated. You don't understand that heathens are the best actors. As when I was talking about with Obama, all the world's a stage. All these people are merely just actors. Those outside, and they're just playing a part. However, it's you. What are you doing? You find out you're an Israelite. Are you still doing the same old stuff? Are you getting worse? Are you getting better? Are you doing what the Most High told you to do finally, so that whatever caused our ancestors to be put in bondage won't happen anymore? Because I have to cry out aloud. You might not like the whole thing on swirling, and that's a death trap, but I'm going to say it is. It is. It boils my blood that our people like to overlook those things, because you still have this idea that you know what's right. You think you're bigger and you're more knowledgeable than our Elohim, and you're setting yourself up for a great downfall, a huge fall. You might not like the fact that our Elohim says these things, because it shows you he said it. He said that if you continue to go and take the wife, their Gentile daughters or their Gentile sons, that you'll be put in bondage. And those who turn a blind eye, what do you think happened to the judges? That's what the judges were supposed to do. They were supposed to keep the order. They were supposed to be the one that implemented all of the judgments and the laws that were broken and put in the punishment. But they turned a blind eye, and all hell broke loose constantly. Israel was supposed to be blessed. When they were blessed, they got everything. When they were cursed, your land got taken away from you. What do you think is going on right now? You're cursed. You're under the Deuteronomy 28 curses. Sorry. If you are living in the same old, disobeying the law, disobeying our Elohim, and living in the same old heathen way, then you different from the heathens. Yeah, you're gonna get treated a lot worse, because more is expected from you. You refuse to rise up to the challenge, step up to the plate, because more is expected of you, because more is in you. Or should I say, greater is he that is in you than he that is in this world. Never more than ever does that scripture like stand out. Greater is he that is in you than he that is in this world. A lot of our people don't want the responsibilities. It's not hard. Do you rather constantly be put under the foot of your enemy and things just keep getting worse and worse and worse and worse? That's what's happening. That's why he mentioned birth pains. Because as long as you continue to stay naive, as long as you continue to be wicked and sinful, that's what's going to happen. And our Elohim, because the book, you got to fulfill the book. The book already shows how it's all going to end. And that the son has to come, and he's going to have to intercede and intervene and come get his people and lay down and smack down on all our enemies. Some of you don't understand what it means when the scripture says to separate, to come out from amongst them. Stop being participant of their holidays. Stop touching their things. Stop coveting their things. Stop thinking that their things are better. Because the Most High had plans for you that were greater. You're supposed to represent him, his laws on this earth, and bring peace to the earth. But the earth is going through it because our people are going through it. The groaning, the moaning. The earth is in disarray because the wrong people are over it. They're destroying our planet. They're constantly interjecting their grand schemes and grand ideas which only blow up in their faces in the end of the day. Like, oh, we have this climate, whatever, something to help the climate, and then what happens? Pollution. Every single one of their bird brain schemes blow up because the true people of our Elohim won't step up to the plate. Will the true people of our Elohim please stand up? Not the fakers. Not the ones who they clearly don't fit the book, but they're trying to fit it so badly. If it's not you, it's not you. No matter what they do, it's just not gonna fit. If the shoe don't fit, don't wear it. But brothers and sisters, a time grows short. I know a lot of y'all see the things that are going on. Some people like to say, oh, it's, genetic, engineering or environmental engineering or things of that nature. Now people start waking up and groaning, and the earth groans, and whoo! It's gonna be a grand revival. The right people get put back in their place and in their land. And that's not everybody for the naysayers, because the 2/3 are the ones that are holding us back, who think that they're right. That how dare you? They feel, how dare you come up against them? They're gonna marry any old heathen. They're gonna do whatever they want to do. They're gonna continue to have their babies, and you know what? You could stay, because you're gonna continue to have their babies while you get locked out of the kingdom. And then you'll realize the error of your ways. Y'all gotta spend that time with our Elohim. Let him clear out your mind. Let him take off the blinds and heal you. Because there's a lot of mental illness going on. And I know white people want to claim mental illness for themselves. And it's okay, because honestly, the whole world, it's nuts. It's an asylum. And it's keeping our people hostage. And some of y'all just don't want to wake up. It's actually scarier staying asleep. It really is. So, whoa. 42 minutes, brothers and sisters. So listen to Brother Malcolm. Read your scriptures. The holy word is that of our Elohim. You don't need all this other stuff trying to fit. Is it a circle into a square, or a square into a circle? One of those. You don't need all of that stuff from other people. I mean, if that's what you want to read, so be it. But understand that our Elohim's holy word, he done told us from top to bottom, from beginning to end, what happened, what will happen. All I need is my Elohim. Okay, singing is not my thing. Well, not today. I gotta warm up. Just kidding. Anyway, brothers and sisters, stay strong. And we're almost out of here, y'all. We're almost. Almost don't count, but it doesn't count all the time. But put your whole everything into it. Love each other. Your division is your downfall. Elohim didn't make any mistakes. It's Al-Shatan that he, as we said, he likes to use Elohim's creation, make his own, and make abominations. And like in the days of Noah, that's what they were doing. They were following Al-Shatan. That's why we need to step away from their things. Step away from their curse. I was going to tell y'all a story too, but I think I'll tell y'all that in the next video. The next video, we're going to be talking about what does it really mean to forgive. If it's this, anytime something happens with the other nation and they don't ask for apologies, they don't apologize. I'm sorry, they don't ask for apologies. They don't apologize. But they always want you to forgive them. Is that the type of forgiveness that our Elohim is talking about, or is it something else? So we're going to discuss that in the next video. Until then, brothers and sisters, I'm also coming with the prayers. I'm coming, but until then, keep your prayers going up in your personal life, your personal prayer life and relationship with our Elohim. Continue to have it grow and foster it with nurturing it in the scriptures and always putting him first. But the prayers are coming. Just hang in there. All right? Hang in there until I get moved again to post. Shalom.